and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
All right, so yesterday, my kid's Switch that he paid like 3/4 of was supposed to be delivered by Amazon.
By like 8:15.
Yes, and then it updated to 8:45 and then 9:15. And boy, was it hard putting them to bed. Let me tell you that. And then after I put them to bed and cast a game, it's like, hey, so it's been rescheduled for tomorrow. And I'm like, I know it's Christmas season. I know you are busy, but come on, man. Delivered by Amazon. One day we will find a delivery company that is professional. Anyway. Yes.
I mean, has it shown up yet?
Yeah. So basically it came around today. Again, delivered between 5:45 and 8:15, somewhere in there. So my kid again, my bedtime's at 8:15. I'm going to miss it again. It's going to come at 8:15. I'm like, look, man, that's a range. It's a range of time. You're a smart kid. You're in 4th grade. You understand this. He's like, it's 8:15. I'm like, look, man, I know. Waiting for things is hard. I was a kid once. I know this. You're in, you were born into a world where content is instant. And you don't wait for anything ever. I understand waiting is difficult. But, geez. So, yeah, it came about an hour ago. So.
You should make him wait till Christmas before he can play it. And it just
I know.
has to sit there.
I think he might kill me in my sleep if that happens, though, and then just play the Switch. So I'm worried about that.
Hide the knives. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to kill people.
Not if you're like 9.
Suppose that's true. Suppose your options are a little more limited.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it came with Mario Kart 8, which is like the best bundle I could find. Did I complain about this yet? Man.
No.
Nintendo Switch does not have any kind of Black Friday holiday sales at all. The best deal I could find was, hey, we'll give you Mario Kart with it. And I was like, really? Is this as good as you can do? All right. I looked and I, checked different websites for the entire weekend, and that was it. And I think part of it is that they refreshed the model and gave it a better battery. Like the early Switches don't actually have a great battery. And they've kind of started to fail on a bunch of models. So if you're going to buy a Switch, don't buy it used. Pro tip from Falcon Paladin.
Yep.
But that just means that they can charge full price for the new ones because people want the new ones. There's tons of demand. Like even though it's, 18 months old, almost 2 years old now, there's still enough demand for it that they can do it. So they do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So anyway, it's been good. Got it all set up. Got the Mario Kart downloaded, et cetera, et cetera. It's been exciting. Kids are stoked. They're happy. I don't know. If it was the other kid, I'd be worried that on Christmas he'll be like, well, I don't get anything for Christmas. But nah, this kid, decent head on his shoulders. I think he will understand that his Christmas came now instead of in, 20 days.
Well, maybe.
I think.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
He'll be like, what do you mean I don't get any more games at Christmas?
Oh, gosh. I should have that talk with him now, probably, is what you're saying.
Certainly might be easier than doing it on Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call. I'll write that down of things I need to do before Christmas. Thank you. Anyway, what was I going to say? It's been good. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, and then my daughter wants a DS because her brothers both have DSs now. And when I say DS, I don't mean the original DS. That was a discussion on Discord the other day. I was like, well, my kid has a DS, and someone was like, a DS? Those are like 10 years old. No, it's like a 2DS XL 49G or whatever the heck model number they give these stupid things. Because heaven forbid they make any sense with their naming convention.
Nintendo literally named one of their DSs the new DS.
Yes, they did. Which, it's going to be the new DS in like 2200. It's going to be the new DS. When humanity ceases to exist, it will still be a new DS. Ugh, it's so dumb. Yeah, so my boy's got a new 2DS XL. Then my other boy's just got a regular 2DS. Or I think it might be a new 2DS. I don't know,
man.
Did
he get it new? Did he get it new?
Yes, he got it brand new. So in fairness...
So it is a new 2DS.
When they sold it to me, it was definitely new. God, they need to work on this. I understand it makes more sense in the Japanese translation. Totally get it. Aki was saying that actually in chat. He's in Discord. He's like, look, man, new translates into something that makes more sense in Japanese. It's not as dumb it is in English. But like, if you're in charge of doing translations for the American English market for freaking Nintendo, figure it out. Like, let's do a better job with translation, please.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
stick to the Japanese word. I think a lot of people these days, especially in like the gaming market, won't like flinch if they see, oh, it's the DS Sama, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
They'll get on board with the Japanese word in there.
Yeah. I think even people that aren't like, anime fans or necessarily super huge Nintendo fans, even parents who are buying it for their kids and don't even care about this stuff would totally, I think, be more on board and understanding of Nintendo Sama than new DS 3X94G237. Like, that's
Right.
confusing. That is just not good for people who don't know anything about consoles or gaming in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my daughter wants one. So I was looking for one that was either, pink or purple, just a 2DS with those colors. They don't have them. They've got red, they've got yellow, they've got green, which is kind of cool, but she's definitely a girly girl and she wants pink or purple. So I did find a pretty cool little, like a silicone skin, like a wrapper you can just put around it. And that's going to make it purple.
Okay.
So it's like $5 on Amazon. So that worked out in the end. So anyway,
Okay.
it's going to be a video game Christmas. Then my
The best
oldest
kind of
kid is
Christmas.
like, I want a VR headset. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Do you have the graphics card to run that?
Yeah, no kidding. Probably not. Maybe. I've looked at it, and it's like the minimum, which is never good.
Yeah, no. If it's the
Yeah.
minimum, right? Like
Well,
that,
no,
that
but-
always worries me.
Yeah. He wants the standalone version, though. Like the ones that have all the
Oh.
hardware built into it.
Like what? Like a
Like the Oculus
No.
Quest.
like, as far as I'm aware, the Oculus and like the Vive and all that still need to be plugged into your computer.
No, we did one at a skating rink here actually about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
It
I've not-
it can stream like from a phone. It was crazy.
Huh.
Yeah. So the Oculus Quest, I believe, is what it is. It's like $400 for the cheapest version. I'll send you a link. And yeah, there's no wires. There's nothing you're plugging it into. I believe they were running an app on their phone that did some stuff, but that was it. So it's pretty awesome. Like my kid was playing Beat Saber on. That's why he wants this, is because he was playing Beat Saber on. It was like, oh, this is the greatest thing in the whole world. Which I understand. It's cool. I've played Beat Saber. It is fun.
Yeah, Beat Saber's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what I would worry about this is it's like, oh, so in like a year, the hardware is going to be super outdated.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Because if it's just like it plugs into your computer or it streams from your computer, right, you can still rely on that to do the brunt of the work.
Yep.
Right? If it's like this is an all-in-one, you just use your phone. It's like, well, my phone's not particularly great at running games, unless they're from like 1995.
Well, I think it's shared, right? I think it shares the load between the headset itself and the phone.
Well, you'd want to, but
Yeah, but
don't
even then, like you're just working on a smaller pool than your gaming PC, for sure.
yeah.
I get it. So, I mean, I haven't pulled the trigger on anything, obviously. It's $400. And, like, so the crazy thing is, back in the summer, I was like, all right, kids, let's see. You want a Switch and you want an Oculus. And, okay, here's the deal. You save money. Everything you save each month, I will double. I will not, compound interested after that, but I will double any money you save in August. Then we start over in September. You make money, I'll double that, etc. So the middle boy did great. Saved his allowance, did extra chores, saved that. Wasn't spending it on, garbage like his siblings were every week. And he did. He saved up like $150, $180. And that was it. So anyway, he managed to do it, but then his older brother, like, nothing, didn't save a single cent.
No.
So, I don't know. People are just wired differently, man. They can come from the same parents. They can be raised in the same household, but they have very, very different abilities, it seems. I'm sure you're aware of this as not an only child.
Yeah. It's the monkey inside our brains.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
It's the fact we came from apes.
Yes.
That's basically it.
Some people have
Also,
smaller monkeys than others.
Yes, that's true. The all-in-one VR, like the Oculus Quest, is $800 here.
Oh my gosh! That's not a great deal. Oh, gaming in Australia is the worst. It really is. You know this.
Yeah. Yes, I'm aware of this.
Okay. Man, if you're listening to this podcast, though, and you're a gamer, maybe don't move to Australia for that reason.
Or if you do, just bring your games with us. We're very desperate.
Yes. So anyway, I'm trying. He's just incredibly sad that his brother's got a Switch and he doesn't have anything and he hasn't saved anything and he's so mad at himself and he's mad at his brother and look, man, we still have the same deal going. Your birthday's coming up in a few months. We can do this for that. And nope. Just sounds impossible. Can't do it. Rah, 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 rah. So it's been a whole big thing tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you're enjoying it. You're enjoying my recounting of it anyway.
I am, yes.
Okay. Excellent. So anyway, that's been that. Christmas coming up.
Yeah, Christmas is coming. I don't have to get anything for my brothers and sisters. I do have to get stuff for my nieces and nephews or nephew.
You do?
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any other kids in my life, and my sister will presumably be at Christmas with her kids, and so
Fair.
yeah.
You can be the cool uncle. That's always nice.
Yeah,
No?
I mean, I can try. I mean, I can try, but it's I gotta compete with my brother. Come on.
That is a problem. So, I mean, you can be a cool uncle. Maybe not the cool uncle, I suppose.
Sure.
Take what you can get, man.
I will take your bronze medal.
You told me that's where you are.
No, I would prefer to DNF than be oh well we'll just make it a group achievement, okay? We'll include you, pity party. No thank you.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that. I'm on board.
I was talking to one of the ladies I work with, and her niece was telling her that for Christmas I want a gaming laptop from her auntie, one person.
Is this true? Mm-hmm.
And then, the person I work with told her, I'm spending about $30 on each of my nieces and nephews. You're not getting a gaming laptop.
No. Good call.
Yeah.
Way to stand your ground.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in other news, you linked a waifus are finally becoming real YouTube video in the Discord today.
Oh, yeah. Gigark. Great YouTube channel about anime memes, basically.
I watched the first 3/4 of it.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, we're out.
What got you to quit? What part?
The part where, step 1 was I'm almost 15. And then step 2 was we're alone. Aren't you going to try anything? And I was like, ugh.
Right, that's the meme. Right.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I did think it was funny that okay, so what we're talking about is there's a new app called Isekai, which is Japanese for another world.
Context.
Yeah, where you can now it's a very simple AI bot where you can talk to it and it'll respond, but it's an anime character. With more characters coming soon, and he does ask it just how old you are, and she does respond. I'm an adult. I can rent a car.
She says I'm old enough to drink.
Yeah, old enough to drink. And then
Yep.
a few minutes later, he goes, "Wait, but how old are you really?" And she goes, "I'm almost 15."
Yes. And then he frantically Googles, "Can the FBI arrest you if you're in Japan?" Is he in Japan?
Yeah, he's in Japan at the moment.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, what? All right, fair enough, guy. Yeah.
He just moved. Yeah.
More than once. He really wants to make sure the FBI cannot arrest you if you're in Japan. Apparently, the legal drinking age in Japan is 20. So, if she was telling the truth there, then it would have been legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, do you want to get this pajama outfit for your waifu? It's $10. And I was like, are you kidding me? That's not even microtransaction. That's like macro transaction.
Here's the thing. It's also $10 just to have her speak in English.
Wow. Like with subtitles, right?
No. To have her, voice act in
Oh,
English.
for dubs.
Yeah.
So you get the subs, but for the dubs, it's $10.
No, it's actually
that what
English
you're
subtitles as well. Like, if you want English subtitles or English voice pack, you need to pay $10.
Oh, subs or dubs is $10 for both. Got it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He should have put that in there. He should have loaded it up and had it speak Japanese, and he's like, unless he speaks Japanese. Does he speak Japanese?
I assume he speaks some Japanese. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it was also a paid promotion, so they might have sent him a code, which was just like, oh, here, this will like unlock the full thing for you. So I don't think he even paid for the the pajamas. Yeah. So I don't think he would have been even aware that there was also a cost for the voice pack.
And then the email, are you interested in this app? Response, maybe.
He's a very funny dude with a lot of really good
Yeah.
insights on anime, I think.
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really funny.
He's good.
Oh, man. So anyway, watch it. Maybe,
Check to see if you could be arrested by the FBI in your country first.
yes, do that. And, like, maybe wait until your significant other has left the house before you install it.
Oh, man,
I don't know. That's what he did.
You should really watch the rest of that video. He ends because he has that body pillow that you see at the beginning. He tapes the phone to it and then has dinner with it.
Yeah, he's like, do I really want a waifu of this character? And he looks over and he's got a pillow of her. Please don't call the FBI on me.
Dude's funny.
It is good. I should honestly sub, probably. I don't know. Do I need more stuff to watch? I do not. That is for sure.
Sub to him, but then if you like a video doesn't catch your eye, don't watch. But I would say keep an eye out for this season of anime, like in a nutshell or whatever it's called that he does, because that's probably the easiest way you could pick up and find new shows, because he does. Like, he basically skips it if it's a sequel. It's like, if it's a sequel, you know if you're watching it or not. And then he'll give a little bit about each of the new anime coming out each season.
Okay, well, again, I don't need more stuff to watch, Samacron. Like, I don't know if I have time to watch this YouTube channel, and you're like, you know what he does? He gives you more anime to watch. Thanks, man. You're the best.
But it's seasonal, so it's like 4 videos a year, and then, I assume you, like... your winter's just started, or summer here has just started, so you've got 3 months before he's going to show you anything.
Did I say that I have slow periods, Samacron? No, I did not.
Look, I'm just saying you should drop something for more anime.
Oh my gosh, I already have so much anime. Maybe when I'm done with Cowboy Bebop, I can pick something up. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Which continues to be incredible, by the way. If you haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, it's on Hulu, and it's really good.
Yep. It's
phenomenal. Oh my. So good. Again, I think I said this last week, but I know why people are still talking about it 21 years after it aired, because it's so stupid good. Also, it's way more episodes than I thought. I was anticipating like a 12 or 14 episode season. No, it's 26 because it was late 90s, and nobody did 12 episode seasons in 1998.
Mm-hmm. True fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that you finally met Ed.
Oh my gosh, Ed is wonderful.
Ed
there's
is
an
fantastic.
archetype in TV and movies and stuff, like the irrepressible, cheery kind of spaz character.
Mm-hmm.
They've got these in different shows. Like, it's Todd in BoJack Horseman, and it's Gene in Bob's Burgers, and it's Ed in BoJack in Cowboy Bebop.
Right.
Yeah. She's fantastic. Poor thing. Like, she just wants to join this bounty hunting crew and have adventures across the solar system, and she's just starving to death half the time. They never have any food. I'm like, this is a child. She's growing. She needs food. You guys can go a few days without food, not 11-year-olds. Come on. So irresponsible. They really take her for granted, too. They're like, hey, can you do this thing? And she's like, sure. I'm like, thanks. She just, like, hacked into the CIA. What do you guys... appreciate her skills. Man. And it's not like they don't know, because when they meet, she gets Faye to promise if she helps them that they'll take her with them on their adventures. And then Faye, being Faye, is like, whatever. Promises are made to be broken. She's totally fine with bailing. And then Ed's like, I'll just hack your entire ship and bring it back. No worries. And at that point, they're not like, okay, she's really crazy scary with this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm just saying. Appreciate Ed. Ed is great.
Ed is fantastic. I mean, back to the feeding of Ed.
Yeah.
You can't have food on the ship, otherwise Faye will eat it. Right? Like that's literally
Yes.
that's a joke that comes up earlier. Is that
Yes.
Jet itemizes all the food that she ate?
Yeah. And gives her a receipt. Or a bill for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's the episode where they have the super emergency rations for 2 emergencies. Mm-hmm. And Faye's the one that ate those and has like crazy intestinal distress because they've been expired for 2 years. Faye's the worst. But then you get her backstory and you're like, oh, crap. Now I feel bad for Faye. Like,
Yeah.
minor spoilers, but again, this is 21 years old.
Yeah.
You find out that in the 21st century, whenever this is, right?
Yeah.
There are all these people that have been cryogenically frozen for whatever reason from the past. And there are scam companies that are just unfreezing people and then demanding money for it. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you owe us $300 million now. We
Pretty
saved your life. You were in a terrible car crash. They cryogenically froze you because they couldn't save you. We have the technology to save you now. And you owe us your life, so pay us back." But really, the story is they have no idea why these people are cryogenically frozen. They're just unfreezing them 100 years in the future and then being like, we're going to scam these dudes. It's horrible,
Yeah. It's not
but so
great.
incredibly true to life. I can totally see that happening at some point in the future.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that's her. Like, she doesn't remember her past at all. She doesn't know where she came from. She was lied to by the first people that she meets after she gets unfrozen, and basically doesn't trust anybody and doesn't want to get close to anyone ever again, which I get it. I totally get it based on, the origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bebop's great. In other news, Mr. Robot is fantastic. And I know Duddles is going to listen to the pod, and he's kind of behind on Mr. Robot. So, we're going to say, hey, Duddles, this is spoilers. Like, give me 35 seconds about this. We'll be fast. So, bottom line, in the last episode of Mr. Robot, they finally accomplished the thing they've been trying to do, which is take down this huge international conglomerate of evil dudes who are running everything secretly. They're basically the Illuminati. And so what they managed to do is drain all their bank accounts. And the funny thing about this is every one of these important people are using two-factor authentication through text for their banks. So if you didn't know, don't use two-factor authentication for text. Get an app, Google Authenticator, Authy, something else. Hackers can intercept texts to your phone. So don't do that. So yeah, all these people do that, and they're able to get into the bank accounts and drain them all, and it's this big happy moment, and they finally accomplish it. And it's like the most good I've felt ever watching this show. So that was nice. It was a fun episode. It was different from previous ones in a good way.
All right.
Is that like 35 seconds? Maybe longer.
That was a bit longer. I think it was closer to like 55.
Crap. Sorry, Doddles. Don't hate me, Doddles. Yeah, so that's good. What else is going on in the world? The world of... Oh, so the Halo Master Chief Collection sort of came out last week.
Yeah.
By that I mean they put out Halo Reach, which is nice.
Yeah.
Real nice.
That's pretty good.
And I don't know anything about Halo, and I was like, why are they doing Halo Reach first? Why not Halo Combat Evolved? But then Somicron educated me on that and other things and told me that Halo Reach is chronologically before Combat Evolved. So that's why, and it makes sense. I'm down.
Yep. There's some annoying stuff with Reach in terms of the chronological chain of events in which,
Oh,
like,
really?
if you read the books, basically the Spartan 2 program didn't get their power armor with energy shields like we have in the game until like right before Reach, but then you play Spartans on Reach with them, even though they got given them on an entirely different planet, an entirely different part of the galaxy. Yeah, so it's kind of like, hey, who are these people? And why do they get better tech than what like the Master Chief and the rest of the actual Spartans did? And
That's
then
a
there was
real good question.
Yeah, and then there was a whole big hullabaloo about what generation of Spartans these are. And it turns out George is a Spartan 2, like the Master Chief, and the rest are all Spartan 3s, like, including the Noble 6 who you play. Except Spartan 3s in the books didn't get power armor with shields at all.
Oh.
In fact, they all died except for 2, Tom and Lucy, who went on to train the second generation of Spartan 3s.
Except
which is significantly
George already
after.
exists.
Well, George is a Spartan 2, right? So he's fine,
Yeah.
right? It's everyone else. Spartan 3s are not the second generation of Spartan 2s. It's entirely different.
Oh.
So
Basically, what you're saying is the lore behind a video game series isn't super great.
yeah,
and
well,
consistent.
it was super great and consistent until the game came out and changed everything,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's some more stuff that I could spoil, but it has to do with like the direct plot of the game.
Yeah, let's avoid spoiling that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll wait until we finish the campaign.
Done.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been playing that out on Twitch, either at Somicron's channel or at mine. If you're interested in watching that, we did some cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
We watched one of humanity's like huge capital ships get destroyed, so that was bad.
UNSC
But it was cool to
frigate
see.
Grafton. Yep.
Yep, Grafton totally got one shot down.
By a-
a super,
Yep.
by a super carrier, you said?
By a super carrier. Yep.
Yep. We've killed a bunch of hunters. We've killed a ton of grunts. We've stolen vehicles and weapons, and it's been good. We've died a bunch too, so that's nice.
Yeah. I pushed you off a cliff while you were putting your kids to sleep.
You did. I stepped away from the desk and got pushed off a cliff by my sociopath comrade here.
Sociopath is a bit strong.
Approximately 3 seconds into the campaign, he shot me in the head a few times, so I died so he could get my ammo.
I didn't shoot you. That would have been a waste of ammo. I whacked you to death.
Oh, right. You beat me to death. My bad.
Right,
It was hard
you
for me to tell what was going on because I'd just come into the game for the first time ever.
You literally had control of your character for about 4 seconds before you turned around and I whacked you.
Yes. That is. I'm like trying to figure out controls and stuff, and that's when I died.
I mean, probably the best
It's
time.
tradition,
for
I
it.
suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. Is it the best time for it? Sure. Is there a good time for that?
Well, it beats in combat. Right?
Suppose. Yeah, suppose. I probably shot you a couple times in combat just out of nerves.
Yeah, it happens.
It gets chaotic, man. I'm used to playing Halo Combat Evolved where it's me. It's like, anything's moving, murder it. I mean, I guess some levels you're hanging out with other Marines and stuff, but
Right.
here you're always with a group of people, and it's so hard to be like, that guy's coming around the corner, get him! And, oh crap, that was Omicron.
I mean, I don't think it's that hard. Don't you have, like, a radar and, like, friendlies are yellow, enemies are red, and
The
if you-
radar. Who has time to look at the radar?
there's time to look at the minimap in StarCraft 2. Just flick your eyes down every 3 seconds like a pro. Come on.
See, I also have problems watching the minimap, so that's where we're having struggles here. It's the same same skill set that I lack.
Okay, well, turns out playing Halo will make you better at StarCraft. That's what I've discovered now.
That's it. That's StarCraft training. Perfect.
Seems reasonable.
It does.
Yeah.
Did you watch the latest episode of The Mandalorian?
Episode 4? I believe that's the most
Yeah.
recent one. Yeah, I did.
Yep.
I did watch that.
How did you feel about it?
I thought it was fine. I thought Disney streaming service sucked. It ran into a bunch of issues where the audio and the video would desync,
What? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad.
so that sucks. And then when I would full screen it, I would move my mouse off to another monitor so that it would just like, get rid of like the scrub bar and stuff. But then the screen would dim.
Okay.
So I would be like, well, I can't see it now. And I had to keep the mouse on it to keep it from dimming. But that brought up all the options and stuff. I had a
Yeah.
very poor viewing experience. Thanks, Disney.
Huh. And it's not your internet, because your internet is great.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never had any trouble at all streaming, so they probably just like Americans better. It's understandable.
Not really.
Oh, right. We'll talk about that later. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the episode just because it was effectively a bottle episode, right? We flew into the planet, we did some stuff, we flew out, nothing changed, right? I guess now the only thing that changes, now we know we're being tracked. The end.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that the Mandalorian can be swayed by attempts to take his helmet off, and that he does actually remove it at some point, right? Like up until that
Yes.
point, you've no idea if like it can even be removed or if they do it in private, which
Right.
but now
Apparently
we do.
he does.
Yeah, which I felt like doing it with the window open probably a bad
I
idea.
know. He's doing it in full view of this open door, and there's like 40 people standing out there. I was like, guy, are you okay? You know what you're doing, I guess. Yeah, I thought for sure like some kid would run in there and be like, oh.
I figured they'd look up and just see him. Like he just stood there staring out the window with his helmet off.
Seriously.
And he said he
Come
took
on,
it off
man.
like the day before, but like he was in the ship the day before with the Yoda baby. Does the Yoda baby not count as a person?
Well, he's got it downstairs, right?
Right. But the last time he was like, "Hey, stay here," and then went downstairs, the Yoda thing followed him.
It's true. Baby Yoda does what it wants.
Yeah.
Additionally, I want to point out there are a couple scenes in that episode where Baby Yoda is walking next to the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
As a parent of children, I can tell you there's no way they have similar walking speeds.
Oh yeah.
Either the Mandalorian is stopping every 2.5 seconds to wait for Baby Yoda to catch up, or he's taking little tiny steps every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. I was like,
Yeah.
Baby Yoda moves at like half a mile every 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even ridiculous. Half a mile every 10 minutes is actually faster than I meant to say. It's really slow.
Yeah, it should be.
And
very
yet it's
slow.
like, and then they strode together into the village. And it's like, no, they didn't. There's no way. He needs a backpack for Yoda or something. He needs a little baby carrier.
He needs like a Luke Skywalker backpack for Yoda.
Yeah, totally does. People
Yeah.
would love that. I bet they do it at some point.
Probably.
Saving all the fan service for spreading it out throughout the season.
Maybe.
They actually released a Baby Yoda Funko Pop
Oh, did
for
they?
pre-order for like May. They have no merchandise at all.
No.
And by the way, officially it is called The Child.
The child. Okay.
Yep, that's everything. Every piece of merchandise or anything they've got for it is labeled The Child.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, it's not like it's Baby Yoda or Yoda's
not.
baby, but
But if they gave us, I don't know, the name of the race, we could roll with that. This item will be released May 15th, 2020. Pre-order now.
why not May 4th, right? Like, why not go
Oh!
for actual Star Wars Day?
Maybe the people who produced it are like, look, we can't make May 4th. Sorry, May 15th it is.
Sure. If you can't produce plastic crap in like 4 months, I don't know what you're doing.
It's 6 months. It is literally 6 months away.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, who? Yeah, I don't get why they can't get this out faster than that. Like, honestly, it's 2019. You don't think even if they put the order in after that first episode, after Baby Yoda's revealed, they couldn't have enough for the Christmas season? I don't get it. I don't get how they failed so hard at this.
Yeah, they should have had those, like, on shelves, like, tomorrow for Christmas. And people would have
Yeah.
bought them. People that like pop vinyl stuff, like this
Yeah.
crap, they would have bought it.
Not even just Funko Pop people. Literally everybody who loves Baby Yoda would buy one. It's a
Oh, yeah.
lot of people.
Probably.
Man. Yeah, I don't get it. And I guess part of it, they were interested in keeping this a secret. They wanted the reveal to be a holy crap, a Baby Yoda, right?
Right, yeah.
They didn't want it to be all over the internet 4 weeks before the episode aired. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I really feel like they could have sent in an order for these after that first episode and still made the Christmas season. I do.
Yeah. I reckon they could have.
That was a month ago at this point. That's 2 months advance notice. You're
Yeah.
Disney. Like, you can't get this done. It's crazy. I don't know. I had this image of Disney being like the very most capitalist country in the entire world, just interested in profit over all else. But apparently they're more interested in actually surprise reveals than cash.
I mean,
Strange.
what this makes me think is that there's going to be something more of Star Wars coming out in May next year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. I mean,
Yeah, but what?
right? Well, they have future Disney Plus TV shows scheduled.
Right, but what?
Well, there's an Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone series.
Is there?
Uh-huh.
I have not
They
heard any
announced
of
it.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Who's playing Obi-Wan?
I don't know. I don't think they've announced that yet. They just said we're going to do it, and the Star Wars subreddit went nuts.
Hmm.
There's a Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming out next fall.
No. Marvel doesn't count. It's got to be Star Wars. But Star Wars merch, it's got to be
Sorry,
Star
I'm
Wars.
just I'm sorry. I'm just looking at stuff. A lot of MCU actually.
Yeah, I know that's coming.
Oh no, that was the MCU section. All right, so Disney Plus originals. You've got a Clone Wars season 7 is coming out in February on
Okay.
Disney Plus.
Sure.
And then there's an untitled Obi-Wan series expected to begin filming in 2020. So, no, I don't think they have any Star Wars content coming out in May.
Strange.
Untitled Rogue One prequel series with Cassian and KS2 or K2SO, which is cool.
A prequel to a prequel.
Yeah, prequels all the way down.
Eventually, they'll do a prequel to that, and it'll just be Revenge of the Sith. All right?
They don't tell anyone. They're like, it's a prequel of this show, and everyone's like, we're getting real close to Revenge of the Sith. And they turn it on, and that's what it is.
I wouldn't even be mad.
That would be hilarious. I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much content. So anyway, Mandalorian, it was fine. Again, it was very Seven Samurai, if you're familiar.
Nope.
It's an old samurai movie, same thing. This village is being attacked by raiders, lone wanderer appears, teaches the people how to defend themselves, helps them, blah, blah, blah. You know the trope.
Right.
It gets copied in like 18 different westerns, too, for U.S.
Right.
cinema.
The Last Samurai.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did I say seven? It was Seven Samurai. To the internet. Seven
Everyone's
Samurai. Oh,
favorite
yeah,
pop.
that's it. Seven Samurai. Samurai answers a village request for protection after he falls in hard times. The town needs protection from bandits. So he gathers 6 others to help him teach the people how to defend themselves.
Okay.
There you go. Seven Samurai.
This movie is from 1954.
Uh-huh. It's old school, man.
Jesus, how old are you?
It's just incredibly influential. There's certain stuff from the past that still gets copied today, and that's one of them.
Uh-huh. What was the release like?
It's kind of quiet, actually. Not many people expected from it. But, it grew, word of mouth was really big with it. I think people went and saw it and told their friends, and it actually made more money in the 3rd and 4th weeks than it did in the 1st and 2nd. So, yeah.
Okay.
I do want to continue to complain that they've cast Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian and done nothing with Pedro Pascal. They could have cast the most monotone, boring, generic Hollywood actor to play this role and not lost a single thing. Why did they cast an incredibly talented Pedro Pascal? I can only assume because there's a point where he starts taking off his helmet all the time, and then he can do Pedro Pascal things, but, man, I hate it. That's all.
I mean, there's 2 answers. One is the helmet's going to come off and we're going to see him at some point, right? The second one is that they know, like, everyone in Hollywood has, like, a metric associated with them, which is if you have this actor in your production, it'll pull this many tickets at movie sales, right?
Yeah, sure.
And Pedro
I get it.
Pascal has, like, a return on investment that they were willing to pay, that people will turn up because his name's on it.
Yes, I get it.
So that's why.
I know. They're wasting him, though. That's all.
No, I don't think they're wasting him.
What? In the sense that it gets more people to watch their show, no, he's not being wasted. But in a sense that he is a talented actor in his own right, they are wasting him.
Nah.
Okay, we can agree to disagree. That's cool. My Hero Academia!
Okay, what about it?
You watched?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I told you I'm going to wait for the season to end and binge it.
Oh, that's right. I forget what you're binging. Okay.
Yep.
Stuff totally happened.
Cool.
And
Kirishima got hard.
that was the last episode.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he'll do it again.
I'm sure he will. This was an episode that was it was another setup episode, which I'm not a huge fan of.
Okay.
Right? It's like, here's this stuff that's going to happen. We're moving all the chess pieces into place. Holy crap, look at us go. And we ran out of time. So next week, everyone. It's like, come on. I was all ready. You got to be all hyped up for this. And then we're like, no.
And that's why I'm binging it.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
It's like if you bought a Switch and said it was going to be delivered today, and then it wasn't. It's just like that.
Just like that.
All that excitement and anticipation just blurped. Just wasted. Yeah.
Ooh, so what else has been happening?
It's December, so the office that I work at is going to slow down a whole bunch.
Okay.
My favorite story about December in the office, it's usually pretty slow. It used to kind of unofficially shut down the week before Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
And then we got new ownership, and number one, they hated that it unofficially shut down over that week, and they wanted to make us use our paid time off for that.
Huh.
And two, they basically made it so that paid time off doesn't roll over into the new calendar year. If you don't use it, you lose it at the new year.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a revolt about point number one, and they backtracked on that pretty fast. They're like, fine. They just made it an official closure.
Okay.
Over that week. And that first year that they did the transition, there were people who'd been working at the company for like 6 years who just never took time off and had like 4 months of vacation saved up.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, we got people like that at work.
Exactly. So were some people that just weren't around much for the last half of the year, and then December was a ghost town. Nobody was there. It was amazing. I couldn't get anything done because everybody I needed to get work done was not around. That was the best. I think we ended up playing a whole bunch of StarCraft, actually.
Sounds like a
Like
good time.
me and the 3 other dudes that were there on the team.
Right.
Yeah. So after that, they had a very strong directive coming down, say, if you have paid time off, use it throughout the year. Don't save it for December. And it's been easier to do because nobody has the huge cache of paid time off anymore. It's just the year's worth as normal.
Right. How much do you get?
It depends on how long you've been there.
Okay. That's fair.
This is my 7th year, actually. 7-year mark is in like a week, which, whew.
How time flies.
It's a long time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't know. It's not a good sign that I don't know this.
No.
Like, I just use it as I need it, and I don't run out. Let me see if I can figure this out real quick. I honestly think it's 4 weeks, which is pretty awesome.
That's what I get. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I've also been at my job for about 7 years, so...
Well, there you go. Does it matter how long you've been there?
No.
Oh.
It just matters whether or not you're casual, full-time, or salary.
So your first year on the job, full-time, you get 4 weeks?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that normal for Australia? Do you have better time off policies down there?
I assume that's normal. I've never heard anyone else complain. Technically, we don't get, it's not like 4 weeks. We get, because it's accrued over time, so you don't just immediately get 4 weeks on your first day. So you have to...
Right. It's prorated through the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a new hire about a month ago, and he's like, yeah, I have like a day. Got a day off.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Makes
man,
sense.
I should see if I could find this, because we were looking at my holidays the other day at work, and crap, what is my password? Work forces us to change it every 3 months, and so everyone always forgets their passwords.
Yep.
And then
Understood.
if you get it wrong 6 times in a row, you have to call a place to have them reset it for you. And last time I did that, I was on hold for an hour and a half.
It's real good for productivity, being on hold for an hour and a half.
Well, no, they made me do it at home. Like, you can't do that at work.
Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. They don't care.
Yeah,
It's
no,
bad for
didn't
you.
even care. Yeah. Yeah, I have 4 minutes of public holiday time owed to me.
Cool.
Ow.
What you gonna do with that 4 minutes?
I was thinking I might leave early work tomorrow one day. Like,
Perfect.
yeah, nobody knows how it got there either. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's mysterious 4 minutes owed.
Yeah, well, it says technically that I've accrued 40, right? Like 40 hours, and that I've used 39 hours and 93 minutes. Well, 39.93, which the .07 is about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not sure because it's listed as a toil day, so TOIL. It used to be, it's an old system that the work hasn't used in a couple months, so I shouldn't have been able to accrue any more time in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is strange.
Ah, the mysteries. The mysteries of computer boxes these days.
Yeah, yeah. I also have a lot of personal leave banked up because ours don't expire at the end of the year. We can bank them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like us, but I have 564 hours of personal leave stored.
Oh my gosh! I mean, do they let you cash it out if you leave the company? How does that work?
I don't know about leaving the company, but I know they don't let us cash out that leave, just like whenever.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, same thing. When we had the incredible amounts of PTO, you could cash it out if you left, and somebody totally did that. It's pretty good.
So that's
Pretty good
about
deal.
14 weeks of work I
Yeah.
could just take off.
It's almost half a year. Like, crikey.
Crikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you ever going to do that? There's no way. Not in your job.
I have no idea.
You have too much stuff to do every day. You can't just be like, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
If I was ever to try and use all that, I would just be like, look, I'm gonna move to 3 days a week. And I'd
Ooh,
be like,
okay. Just for like a
yeah.
whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd probably appreciate that. They could probably work around that for a whole year.
They probably could. They probably wouldn't want to because
They'd
while
probably
I'm
have.
well, if I was still on stuff, they wouldn't be able to technically hire anyone to replace me to fill those hours.
They wouldn't? Really? Why not? You're
'Cause-
part time at that point. You could hire a
'cause-
part timer.
Headquarters is stingy. I don't know.
Quarters is stupid and unable to adapt to the realities of the world. I get it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know how you plan on using that, or if you just end up losing it, because that'd be real sad.
I'll let you know.
Cool.
I will let you know.
Sounds reasonable. There's no new Rick and Morty, which is a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though after the last episode, they were like, there's no new episode next week, you had morons. And I was like, oh, that's sad. I totally forgot when Sunday rolled around.
Did you feel bad? Do you like sit there and be like, but I'm ready. I have my popcorn. I
Yeah.
have my red vines and my liter of Coke or whatever.
Yep.
Yep. There was nothing
Actually,
there.
Drinking a liter of Coke at like 9:30 p.m. is a horrible idea. Never
Yes, it
do
is.
that.
I mean, to be fair, I would advocate that no one should ever sit down and drink a liter of Coke.
Fair.
I
No
mean,
matter what time it is, but especially if it's right before you're going to sleep. Don't do that.
yeah. It's a great way to get diabetes. So,
Easily.
yeah.
Easily. Ooh, Watchmen. I do want to talk about Watchmen real quick.
Sure.
Watchmen is insane. Again, if you're watching this, I don't know anybody who is that listens to this, but it's crazy. So, spoiler alert, the internet actually had this theory last week that Dr. Manhattan is living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, disguised as another human being.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And I was like, that's dumb. I hope they don't do that. That's just a horrible, dumb theory. And they're like, and it's this main character's husband. And I'm like, what? Brain aneurysm exploding. This is the stupidest theory I've ever read. And then it happened. I was like, oh, that was a leak. That wasn't a theory at all. Because there's no way somebody guessed that out of the blue. Oh, man.
Out of the
So,
blue.
yeah.
I see what you did there.
So I do, I mean, just one thing I do want to talk about. So basically, Dr. Manhattan meets and falls in love with a rando, like a random regular human being, right?
Right.
And we don't know everything at this point, but basically it got to a certain part where they decided in order for them to be together and to be safe from whatever danger, he had to disguise himself as a human being.
Uh-huh.
So this not only necessitated disguising him as a human being, but also wiping his memory that he is at all Dr. Manhattan and making him a regular person
Why?
who looks unlike Dr. Manhattan in every possible way. So
the only way
why?
these two people who love each other to be together was for one of them not to be one of those people.
Yes, that's exactly my argument. I'm like, why would you do this? It's like, you are in love with this human. You can be with them for the next 10 years, but they're going to be entirely someone different. It's like, but how does that even count? How is
I
that
have
something
no
that
idea.
interests you at all? So that's a big question.
That's like people who try to go to like dating shows on TV. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you might fall in love, but when you get out of the TV show, they're a different person.
Yeah, but even worse. Like they don't even remember knowing you on the dating show, right?
So they're like
So, I mean-
complete scrubbed. Like,
Yeah.
how did they explain to the freshly mind wiped person that they were even in a relationship?
It was in a car accident, and he got super amnesia, and he doesn't remember anything.
Super amnesia. Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, "We're married. See, I love you." And then
Showed Just showed him a ring, like,
yeah,
and he was like,
something
"Where's
that.
my birth certificate?" And the marriage, like, what if he came
Yeah.
out of the mind scrubbing and he was just super attentive to like every detail and completely organized, and it was like, "Where's the wedding photos? Why don't we have anything up? Like,
Right.
who are our
Right.
friends?" And she's like, "Oh, we don't have any." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Yeah. So, in fairness, it's very much been like the last 40 seconds of the episode they revealed this.
Okay.
So they haven't had a ton of time to explain anything.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, if I'm with the love of my life and we're in danger somehow, and the only way I can be with her is if she looks like an entirely different person and doesn't remember anything about our relationship, I think I'm out. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Peace.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad we
I
agree.
mean, okay, so Dr. Manhattan, like what I remember from the movies is he can be multiple people at once.
Yes.
Is this like him in his entirety was like siphoned, like, or like they siphoned off a
So-
bit? And
So
made
nobody
a
has seen Dr. Manhattan at all for the last 30 years.
person. Oh, okay.
So I'd assume there aren't any clones running around, or people would have reported it.
Right, but he could also
Yeah.
go to Mars, right?
Yes.
Like,
See, that's
he
the
could
other
be-
thing. He is God. He can teleport himself and his honey to Mars and hang out there in perfect safety forever. No one can touch you there. How
yeah.
is this the plan? That's all. It's not a good plan.
No, it's not.
All right. So, I don't know. I mean, again, they have more time next episode to explain some things, but I just don't see how. I really don't. But still, it's great TV. HBO does great TV. Oh, speaking of which, one more thing before we go. So, Silicon Valley. Entertaining, well done. About once or twice a season, they have these moments where it's like, and then some magic happened and everything was okay.
All right.
They did this 4 times in one episode on Sunday. They were like, oh no, things are bad. But hey, crazy random happenstance. You're saved. And then it's like, oh no, this is still bad. Check this out. This thing that would never, ever, ever happen in a million years just happened. Oh, but what about this? Now we found another problem. Hey, just, we randomly mess with an AI and it's fixing everything for you for reasons we don't understand. It was crazy. It's a 30-minute show. And they had 4 Deus Ex Machinas in there. I was just like, okay, look. I know this is who you are and this is your lane, but man alive, you're leaning into this in your final season. So,
Okay.
yeah. I guess one example is, man, how do I even explain this? They want to get an authentication key from somebody,
Okay.
but this person won't give it up. right? He's got it on a piece of paper, and he goes so far as to eat it and swallow it rather than give it to these people who need it.
Okay.
So they're like, crap, it's gone. But then, random dude who lives in the same house as this guy has memorized the entire 32-digit authentication key and is able to give it to them because he was reciting it to himself while he was playing Simon Says in the corner. And that's it. That's what saved them. It's so dumb. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Whew.
That's all. So, Silicon Valley. Again, this is what it is. I'm not saying they haven't done this before. But, man, this last episode was just the most random, we got saved for no reason stuff I've ever seen on this show.
All right.
That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have to talk about sports as well?
Yeah, should probably talk about sports as well.
All right. What do you have to say about sports? 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go. So the college football playoff is coming up. They've got a committee for this. The top 4 teams will make it into the playoff for a chance to play for the national title. Number 1, it should be at least 8 teams or preferably 16. This 4-team stuff is stupid. I don't know why they don't expand it to a larger field. Everybody would make more money. Everybody, including the people in charge. But there is all this drama about Utah making it into the college football playoff. Now, I hate Utah. I've always hated Utah. But I do hate that it's being portrayed as they're the small team, they're the upstart. They don't have the pedigree or the history of an Alabama or a USC or an Oklahoma. So people feel like they don't deserve it based entirely on that, which bothers me. If you want to talk about their resume, sure. If the resume is too weak to make it into the playoff, let's do that. But let's not talk about them like they're some small, meaningless school. They did make it into a P5 conference 5 or 6 or 8 years ago now. How long ago was it? A long time. They've been doing fine. They're a good team. Let them in if they deserve it. Let's not try to treat them like some mid-tier, smaller, terrible school.
Stop.
Yes.
That was pretty on point.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm proud.
So, okay. People were complaining that Utah was getting into this thing.
Well,
right?
They're being considered for it, yeah.
Okay, so it's like not based on how many games they won in a season or something. It's a panel somewhere decides whether or not teams get in.
Mm-hmm. It's a committee.
That's
so.
stupid.
Yeah, I mean it's a little roundabout. They set the rankings, and the top 4 teams in the rankings make it into the 4-team playoff.
Then
So
how
yes,
are the
picking.
rankings decided though? Is it by wins?
The committee. Uh-huh. So it's by wins, but like part of the problem is there's a whole bunch of teams that only have 1 loss. And so it's like, well, you can't just go by record, obviously. And then Utah's undefeated. But then you look at stuff like strength of schedule and say, well, who have they really played? Have they just been beating up on cupcakes? Have they earned this? And it's complicated. It's a mess every year. And I just really wish it was at least 8 or 16.
Okay.
And I know, I hear the arguments, if you expand it to 16, people are going to complain. But look, if you're outside the top 16 teams in college football, you're not going to win the championship. I don't want to hear it. I think 16 is my cutoff. And people will disagree, but that's where I would put it.
Okay.
Yar. Sports.
Sounds like
Another
another
news-
reason not to watch sports.
Pretty much. Smart.
Yep.
QQ. All right. Well, that is going to be it from us this week. This has been the Falcon Paladin Hour with Summicron. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, you can join the Patreon. There's a link in the show notes for that. Check out the merch. Check us out on Twitter. And until next time, as always, thanks for being here, and you take care of yourself.